Hello and welcome to session 4 of C-Section Savvy. Today's session is all about the future. I want my body back. Now let's be honest, our bodies have gone through a lot of change during this pregnancy. You've grown an entire new human being. I mean, that's amazing. But the desire to return to what your body was like before pregnancy can be really strong. Society seems to praise women for how quickly they can bounce back after giving birth. First of all, we are not balls, we don't bounce. We are women and our bodies are fierce and powerful and worthy of respect. So take a moment. What are you dreaming of being able to do again after pregnancy? Is there a sport you want to play? Maybe it's competitive, maybe it's social, a mountain you want to climb, a dress you want to wear again. Is there a look in your partner's eyes when they look at you that you want to see once again? Or maybe it's a feeling of strength, of confidence, of sass, or ease. Well, this is what the session is all about, taking control of your recovery. We will be covering the myth that is slowing women's recovery and endangering their postpartum bodies, how to really speed up your recovery, and 4 signs that you've done too much. Let's get to it. The difference between what our expectations can be and the reality can be very different. I mean, most of us dream of, like right here, the straight, easy line from giving birth to getting back into normal life again. But for the majority of us, it's not the reality. It's more like this. The reality is no matter how intentional, how planned we are, healing can't be rushed. Our journey to a strong, healthy, active body where nothing holds us back, that journey has a mind of its own and life happens. You'll be adjusting to life with a newborn. There will be sleep deprivation, there will be no routine, changing hormones, a roller coaster of emotions. These all affect how our healing journey goes, and not to mention any birthing injuries or recovery that is required. So patience and realistic expectations are really necessary and actually helpful. But I have hope. There are things you can do to speed up your recovery. Women are always asking, when can I start exercising? What exercise is safe to do? Now, let's begin by debunking a really common misconception when it comes to helping women like yourself get your body back. Now, don't believe the misconception that there is a magical transformation of your body at the 6-week postpartum checkup that makes your body ready for any kind of exercise. This is a myth. No matter how you give birth, if you go back at 6 weeks doing whatever exercise that you want with your body, explosive exercises, running, box jumps, heavy lifting, there is an extremely high chance of getting injured and worse, even causing long-term damage. Now, the truth is, at 6 weeks, all that has happened is that your uterus has gone back to its normal size. Your vaginal bleeding should have stopped, and if you've had a C-section, your 6 incisions should almost be healed. But your body is not ready for every type of exercise that you feel like. Not yet anyway. It still needs help to be ready for this. On the other hand, please do not hear that I'm saying don't do anything for the first 6 weeks. Oh no, this can have negative impacts on your body and actually slow your postpartum journey down. The fact is, if you want to feel confident, strong, and capable as soon as you are able, then begin your rehab, your exercise within days of giving birth. And here's why. You will have a faster recovery. It will reduce chances of complications. It will reduce aches and pains. It will improve your posture and improve connection with your abdominals. Now, how do you do this? I'm not talking about push-ups, pull-ups, lunges, weightlifting, running. No, what I'm talking about is much more basic and boring, but far more effective and safe. So that in time, you will be back to doing all kinds of exercise that you once loved doing, and your body will be ready for it. But the foundations need to be laid first. So when can you start, you might say? Immediately. Now you may be thinking, man, that's dangerous for one and ridiculous, right? I mean, I have spent the last 3 sessions pressing the seriousness of C-section being major abdominal surgery and the impact it has on your body and the importance of slowing down. Yet, now I'm telling you, you can begin core from day 1. Yes, I am, and here is why. It's because you begin with rehab. No matter what kind of exercise, activity, or sport you want to get back to doing, this is where you begin. The goal of rehab is to minimize pain, reduce tension on your incision while using movement to heal, restore function, and strengthen your body. Now, this is how you get your body back sooner. You give your body what it needs to heal and restore function and strength. The movements need to match what your body's healing rate is at. In other words, as you heal, the exercises should carefully progress with your body's current capabilities. So what does this look like? The key is to honor the phase of healing that you are in. What does your body need today? Not what can I force my body to do today, right? Whether you're in the first 10 days, the critical healing phase, or 4 weeks postpartum and healed. Maybe you're 7 weeks and you're in the restored phase. So your body's ability to handle load, stability, and movement will be different depending on where you're at in your healing journey. Our bodies are incredible healing machines. We've learnt that. But how well our bodies can heal comes down to what you are doing and not doing with it. If we do too much, we can cause complications like infection, excessive scar tissue, and injury. It's not worth it. But on the other hand, not doing anything can also slow the healing process and potentially stall it, causing long-term complications like having a weak body that is not ready for the demands of raising an active little one, or injuries, or even painful sex. Now let's get practical. What should your ideal postpartum exercise program consist of? In collaboration with physios, rehab trainers, and pelvic floor specialists, we have worked hard to make sure you can confidently create a safe and balanced rehabilitation plan that can return you to exercise with greater ease and confidence. Now, there are 4 components that every balanced rehabilitation plan needs. Flexibility, helping your tight, restricted muscles to lengthen so they can move well and reduce pain. Restorative walking, helping blood flow, easing aches and pains, and more. There is significant impact on your mind and body connection from having a C-section, particularly your abdominals. This is why learning to reconnect to your deep abdominal muscles and pelvic floor is so important, not to mention how they have worked so hard for us throughout our pregnancy and carrying the extra weight. And finally, strength. Learning how to safely and effectively engage your muscles with good form to promote great posture and reduce the likelihood of injuries. Now, as Birthmark Sisterhood, that's why we have worked so hard to target each component in our recovery system. Because too often one component is left out and a woman's body pays the consequences for it. And that's not okay, and you deserve better. Finding the balance of doing enough without doing too much is an art form. And that's one that we're committing to helping women like yourself to navigate. So how do you know if you've done too much? Everyone heals at a different rate. Some people like to push themselves more than others. These 4 signs will help you to learn what your body currently needs rather than what you want it to be able to do. These are 4 signs that you've done too much. Firstly, if your vaginal bleeding increases in volume and in brightness. If you have an increase in pain. Now, pain is not bad. It actually helps us to navigate our limits, but some pain is good, and normally, especially when recovering from surgery. Here is how you can gauge if your pain is too much. I want to encourage you to use a 3 pain point check. Firstly, before, during, and then after. If you measure your pain level on a scale of 0 to 10, check before you exercise. Is it a 2? Okay. Now be aware during exercise if it has increased more than 2 points. If yes, has it remained there for longer than 20 minutes? If the answer is yes, for longer than 20 minutes, then you've done too much. If the answer is no, then you're fine, carry on. And then finally, the following day. How are your pain levels? Are you still more than you started with? Then you've definitely done too much. Back off for a few days and then gently continue. Increased redness and swelling in your incision. This can be a sign of early infection. And finally, wound reopening. Now, a common complication for C-section mamas is that their scar reopens, whether little or a lot. Now, this can lead to significant risk of infection and further complications. So if your incision reopens even a little bit, then please seek medical attention as soon as possible, because though it's common, it's not normal. Now, C-section recovery can be confusing. It can be frustrating, it can cause more pain than it needs to, and you can just feel lonely as you try to navigate this journey of recovery. But that's why we've tailor-made our rehabilitation program to gently and safely lead you step by step through your recovery to heal, strengthen, and empower you to build a strong and confident body post C-section. We have 9 stages in our rehabilitation program, but we want to make sure every woman giving birth via C-section is taken care of from the moment they give birth and empower their first stage of recovery. So we have made our first stage absolutely free, which you can begin when you're still in hospital. Our heart's desire is to help all C-section mamas to heal safely and reduce pain. Now, there are 4 videos. There's stretch, core, foundations, and restorative walking. And most of these sessions can be done from your bed. Remember, at the beginning of this session, I encourage you to imagine what you wanted to get back to doing after your pregnancy. What was it? Playing sport, walking the dog, the feeling of being desired, or was it climbing a mountain? Whatever it was, remember, rehab will help speed up the process of getting you back to doing what you love and feeling the way you want to, and will mean less pain in the long term. So let's do a quick recap of this session. Firstly, the great myth: 6-week checkup. You are healed, yes, but your body is not ready for everything just yet. Make sure you're preparing your body for what you want to do. So when can you begin to exercise? We've answered this from day 1, and this is going to help speed up your recovery. The importance of rehab. Firstly, you need to honor the healing phase that you find yourself in. Not where you want to be, but where you find yourself in. And secondly, the importance of using a balanced rehabilitation plan. And 4 signs that you've done too much. Really important. No matter how hard you want to push yourself or not, these 4 signs will help you know when to slow down. Our next session is session 5, and it's called More Than a Scar. In this session, we will be covering what every mama should be told about scar healing, why scars cause so much issues and how to avoid them, and how your birth story is key to further healing. I really want to encourage you, before you start this next session, why not follow us on social media? We're on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and we would love to be able to continue to walk this journey with you, whatever it may look like. You don't have to do this journey alone, and you do deserve better.